I have never written a line of code in Python before, and now that I'm graduating high school, I'm going to have to change that if I ever want to get a job. So I thought it would be fun to try to learn Python in the context of game development using a library called Pygame. Sure, Python isn't the best language for making a real-time game, but it's definitely good enough for my garbage. So I found a week-long game jam that was perfect for this, the Pygame Community New Year's Jam. But because I thrive off of self-imposed stress, let's just take the week and shorten it down to 2 days. Here's how I learned Python in 48 hours. So I had exactly 48 hours, from Saturday at 10 a.m. to Monday at 10 a.m. I woke up early on Saturday to set things up, which actually ended up being really easy. I ran the Python installer, added the Python extension to VS Code, typed this command, and there we go. My first Python program. It seemed like things were off to a pretty good start, but this didn't last long. I thought it would be fun to live stream the creation of this game, so when my time started, I plugged in my low quality webcam I use for online school and hit the go live button. Okay, I just went live. I will wait for some people to join and then I'll explain what's going on. I didn't really anticipate how this would impact my workflow. The first 25 minutes or so of the stream was just me fumbling around my Streamlabs settings and stuttering while trying to read chat. Is no one? I tried to explain my game idea using some breathtaking drawings. The jam I was participating in had the mandatory theme Adventures, which is pretty broad and didn't really spark any interesting ideas, but there were also 5 bonus themes, one of them being coffee. I liked the idea of caffeine raising your stats because, let's be honest, it's pretty realistic. So I came up with the general concept of flapping, because I haven't made enough Flappy Bird clones. And you can collect coffee to make your flap stronger with the goal of flying as high as possible. I kept a very small initial scope, which was probably for the best. Someone posted in the chat how to declare a variable. As I got more used to streaming, I started making actual progress. I found a Pygame example that showed me the general process of drawing graphics to the screen, so referencing that, I made this square. Then, with some math, I made the square fall. Every frame, I add a fixed value to a y velocity variable, then I add that variable to a y position variable, and I draw the square at that y position. The logic was pretty simple, but I still had no understanding of Python syntax. I was able to get through by just giving it my best guess. Oh, and then waiting for 20 people in the chat to tell me what I did wrong. I figured out how keyboard input worked in Pygame and made it so when you press a key, the velocity variable is set to a negative fixed amount. So now my blue square can flap. I gave the player an X velocity that flips if its X position is less than 0 or greater than the screen width, and now the core mechanic of the game is done. The fact that this took an entire hour was pretty depressing, so I switched my focus to working on art for the player. I started making a coffee mug and ended up with this weird bird mug hybrid. Apparently coffee is extremely toxic to birds and can lead to cardiac arrest, so in hindsight that probably wasn't the best decision. I added the sprite to the game using Pygame's blit function and then started working on a sprite for the collectible. I thought of making them like coffee droplets or something, but then someone in the chat suggested coffee beans, which made a lot more sense. I just kind of threw it in the game and left it there for now. I flipped the player sprite based on its direction and then rotated it based on its Y velocity to give it a simple flapping animation. Well, it should have been simple. Combining flipping and rotating led to a lot of weird issues. Oh gosh, okay. Now it was time to make this bean on the screen actually do something. With how much I learned over the course of the stream so far, the syntax barrier was pretty much gone now and I was able to do things a lot more quickly. I started by creating a camera that follows the player. Basically, I just offset everything on the screen by the player's Y position. To further give the illusion of height, I made a placeholder scrolling background. To do this, I just set the background texture's position to the nearest multiple of the screen height, and so you don't notice it teleporting, I also draw background textures at the multiples above and below that to act as a buffer. Then I made a bean class with the vector2 to store its position and wrote a function for rectangle collisions. I created a list of 5 bean objects, set their position to a random range above the player, and draw a bean sprite to the position of every bean in that list. Then for every bean object in that list, I check if it collides with the player, and if it does, reset its position to a random range above the player. And with that, I finally had a basic gameplay loop, but the trade-off was my sanity. Streaming for 7 hours straight probably isn't healthy, so I wanted to give a quick shout out to FlexiSpot for sending me one of their height adjustable desks and office chairs. They are super comfortable and neither of them took more than an hour to build, which I thought was really cool. Links to both of them will be in the description. Even though I was pretty exhausted after the stream, I started working on some kind of UI. I created a score counter based on the player's Y value, and Pygame lets you create a texture from text, so using a rounding system like the one for the scrolling background, I displayed it on the walls behind you as if you were moving up floors. The next morning, I made things look a bit nicer and also decided to keep track of the amount of coffee beans you collect. Then I made a caffeine meter by just scaling a rectangle. It's constantly decreasing and refills once you collect a bean. Then, about 24 hours into the jam, I hesitantly started another live stream. Luckily, things started off a lot better. I made a Trello board and planned everything I had left to do. First off was the upgrade system. When I came up with the game concept, I wasn't too sure of how complex I wanted this to be, but by this point I had a pretty concrete idea. Press button, lose bean, get strong. So I started off by making a simple button sprite in GIMP. Then, back in VS Code, I made a button class, then a list of button objects. I draw each button to the screen with their X value based on their index in the list. And to pick the Y value, I just guessed. I'll do like 400, 380, alright, 390. Then I added title, level, and price values to the button object and drew those to the screen as well. But I realized cramming all of that text into a tiny button wasn't really going to work. So instead of using text for the upgrade type, I decided to use graphical indicators instead. I made the base icon in GIMP, then icons for a jump up power up and a speed up power up, and draw them at the top left of each button. I already had a collision function, so I could just plug in the mouse coordinates and dimensions with those of each button. Okay, 0, 1. Okay, so now when you click the button, it tells you the index. Then, if you click and have more coffee beans than the price, I subtract the price from your bean count, increase the level and price of the upgrade, and then, based on the type of upgrade, multiply your X velocity or flat force by 1.5. And now we have an exploitative and addictive game mechanic. After that, I decided to add one more upgrade. It took a bit of balancing, but it's a power-up that adds to the amount of coffee beans that spawn. I realized it was probably time to get rid of my placeholder background, so I made these snowy hills or something, and I shifted its hue based on the player's Y position. It sounds simple, and it probably should have been simple, but this ended up taking 2 hours. But you know, I can just write my video script in a way that makes it seem like it didn't take any effort at all. Hey, what? That makes no sense. It's not... Wait, stop, don't show that there! After that questionable end to the stream, I made some tweaks to the UI and got to work on some sound effects. The 48-hour deadline was getting pretty close, so I may have just generated some ear-piercing garbage with SFXR. Then I added the ability to restart the game once your caffeine meter reaches 0. Finally, I made a splash screen and title screen. The game's name is a really funny pun. Packaged my project to an executable, and the next morning I made an itch page for the game and submitted it to the jam. I also put the source on GitHub. I might be terrible at coding, but at least I'm transparent about it. Links to both of those will be in the description if you want to check them out. So yeah, that's everything. The game isn't much more than a scuffed hybrid of Flappy Bird and Cookie Clicker, but I can write code in Python now a lot better than I could 48 hours ago. Someone posted in the chat how to declare a variable. So I would definitely consider this a win. Also, if you didn't notice, I have a Twitch now. Streaming this challenge was a lot of fun, and I definitely want to do it more often, so make sure to check it out if you're interested in watching my streams. That's all, so thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.